What's up, everybody? It's Dan Greer, Eclipse DOT, and I'm coming at you today to talk all about San Diego Docs Live 2025, and just want to chat a little bit about what we're going to be covering, what we're going to be doing, and is this right for you? Is it not right for you? Like, the worst thing that it could happen is you show up and it's not right for you, right? And then, you're not happy about being there. I mean, you've got this beautiful trip to San Diego, but you're not happy about being there. And so that's the last thing that I want. So I want to make sure that everybody that signs up for this, everybody that shows up, is going to be right for this event. Okay, like that's my number one goal, is to make sure that you're served and that you're getting what you need. So who is this event for? Number one, it's for anybody who does anything with trucks in their business. If you have a business that uses trucks in it, maybe you've got a trash pickup service. Maybe you run dumpsters. Maybe you've got a fire business that does fire trucks in the summer. Maybe you've got a mobile mechanic business and you've got mobile mechanics. Maybe you've got a roofing business and you've got trucks that deliver to and from the job site or haul shingles away. Maybe you're a construction company or an excavation company or a gravel pit or an agriculture co-op, or you deliver propane, or you've got a landscaping company, or you're arborists. Like, any type of business that uses any types of vehicles in it that are bigger than a Prius, okay? This is who it's for. Now, that's the type of businesses that this is for, all right? If you've got a trucking business, you're going to learn a lot too. This is more directed toward the people who don't actually, like, they're not actually a trucking business. They're not actually out there, like, making money running trucks down the road. They're making money doing something else, but they use trucks in their business, all right? So that's number one. That's like, if you've got one of those businesses, keep listening. If you've got a different business that you're like, oh, we don't even use trucks, then you probably isn't going to be right for you. You're going to be bored out of your mind for 2 days, okay? Because we're going to be talking about DOT stuff for 2 days. Then the other 2 days are going to be all leadership, okay? So that's number one. Number two, what types of people should come to this? I get this question all the time. Dan, I'm in HR. Is this going to be a good fit for me? Am I going to learn a lot? Dan, I'm an office manager. Dan, I'm a fleet guy. Dan, I'm a president of a company. Dan, I own the company and I've only got 3 employees. Dan, I've got, you see where I'm going with this? Like, I get a ton of questions about this. And so I wanted to answer those questions and be, who should come? Who should be in San Diego? Okay. And who shouldn't be? Okay. It's not for drivers. If you're just a driver, I shouldn't say just, because drivers keep the world going around. If you're a driver and you don't do any of the back end compliance stuff and you're not the owner of the company, you probably shouldn't be there, okay? If you're an operations manager or a general manager and you manage the company and everything underneath it, and let's say that you've got 15 employees, let's say you've got 50 employees, let's say you've got 500 employees, it's a good spot for you, because we're going to be talking a lot about leadership. We're going to be talking a lot about DOT. We're probably going to open your eyes to a little bit of the DOT stuff and what has to be done. And you're going to come away and you're going to go, oh man, I really need to do this. And you're going to start taking some actionable items after you leave, okay? So if you're in that role of general manager, owner, operations manager, and you oversee people who drive trucks, or you oversee departments who drive trucks, or your business has trucks in it, okay, then it's going to be a good fit for you. If you're a department leader, let's say that you're over propane, or you're over the landscaping department of your business, or you're over tree care, and you have commercial vehicles underneath you, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to come to it, because you're going to learn a lot about compliance. You're going to learn a lot about the back end stuff. You're going to see why HR asks for all this paperwork. And if you work with us, you're going to see why we ask for all this paperwork. And you're going to be like, oh man, we're really good taken care of. Or, oh, wait, we've got a few things to fix here. And then, day 3 and day 4 is going to be all about leadership. So we're going to help you learn how to, don't tell the boss this, we're going to help you learn how to influence the boss to make better decisions that work out better for compliance and for your company and your team. Day 2 is all about leadership and influence. It's about how to influence people to get what you need from them to be successful, okay? That's day 3. Day 4 is all about like goal setting, how to set goals, how to keep moving forward, how to achieve those goals, how to attain those goals. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my secrets from what I've learned over the time. Now, I've studied from like people who make $100+ million a year, and I've been studying them for the last decade. And so I'm going to give you guys some of the tips that I've learned to help make me super productive on Friday, on day 4, okay? Now, so another thing that this is for is this is for HR managers, it is for office managers, it is for anybody who does the back end paperwork. Maybe you're the accountant and they've got you doing DOT and you don't really know what you're doing. Like they just said, here's DOT. And you're like, oh, okay, what do I do? And you got online, you Googled a few things. And this is going to be for you because we're going to help you learn a lot. And here's the best thing about the way that our courses go. Number one, you should know that this is Dan turned down. Okay, it's 4:30 in the morning when I'm recording this. Just so you guys are aware, that's like one of my productivity hacks. Get up before the rest of the world does. But it's early, and so you're not getting Dan at his typical, energy level, and you can still see how much energy is here. And so you can see that it's not gonna be boring. It's not gonna be like, oh, I gotta fill out this workbook. Oh, no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be engaging. We're gonna do stuff throughout the day. We're gonna be sitting like we're literally doing this in the marina in San Diego. So y'all are gonna be looking outside at like dolphins and boats and crap like that. And I'll be like, hey, I'm up here, come up here, because we got a marina view room on top of all that. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great networking events. We're talking about trying to do networking events every single night, which would be absolutely amazing and fun. And then the next day, we're going to come back and hit it hard, okay? I'm even talking about doing like a special late night beach session for leadership and like business owners. So if you're interested in like growing a successful business and how I've done it, over the last couple of years and how I've gotten to the points that I've gotten. I've got multiple successful businesses that do pretty good. Like, I'm not Grant Cardone, I'm not Russell Brunson, I'm not Tony Robbins yet. But like, we've done really good over the years and we've been able to successfully build those. We're going to be talking a little bit about like acquisitions at that beach thing. We're going to be talking a little bit about like how to set yourself up for success, like what's your end goals. So if you're interested in growing your business as well, we're probably going to have one of those sessions. If you're an owner and you're like, oh man, I would love to learn how to do this. Bring those questions because I'm currently right now studying under Grant Cardone and Brandon Dawson. Crazy smart people. Brandon exited a business for like 170 times EBITDA. And on top of that, there's also, Grant Cardone crowdfunded $1 billion in real estate. His companies make over $500 million annually. Multiple ones do, a year. So like, they've done pretty good, right? I've studied under Russell Brunson, the founder of ClickFunnels, so software and stuff like that. And his last income that I knew of was like $150 million a year was what their business did. That was after like 7 years in business. So, I've been studying this stuff and it works because I've been implementing it and I can give you guys tried and true practices that are actually going to work for your businesses and help, give you guidance and direction as to where to go. And so that is definitely something that you're going to want to keep in mind is that is an option one night that we're talking about. So it's very diverse. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very limited number of people. Don't be thinking you're going to come into a group of like 500 people in a room. We've limited the room size to 60 people. We're not going to let more than 60 people in this room, period. Probably going to be like, in all honesty, it's probably closer to 50 just because we want to give people room to breathe and stuff like that. It's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be a ton of fun and we're going to have just a great time while we're there. And so just want you guys to show up and I just wanted to answer those questions for you because I get those questions quite frequently and it's one of those things that like I know the value that you're going to get out of this and I wish that when I had started DOT that I would have gone to something like this. I wish that I would have invested in myself to do this. I wish that I would have found something like this. At the time, whenever I did it, they weren't doing these. The only people that were doing this was JJ Keller, and it was just this big, huge sell fest to get you on their products. They'd take you to a city like Denver. You'd have to put yourself up in a hotel, but they didn't do it in a place that was affordable. They did it like down frickin' town. So every hotel was like $350 a night, and you had to pay like $40 a day for parking. It was ridiculous. And I said, I don't want to do that. And like the whole time they were there, all they talked for HR for 30 minutes and they try to sell you an HR product. Then they talk for DOT for 30 minutes. They try to sell you a DOT product. Then they talk about fleet compliance and then they try to sell you a fleet compliance product. And then they talk about this and they try to sell you this. It was just all day. It was a huge pitch fest. Like they tried to pitch you 10 different products in a day and it was a 1-day program and it was like, oh my gosh. And like I learned something, don't get me wrong, but what I really learned was how not to do that, like what an event shouldn't be. And so we've taken what I've learned from the masters and events that I've studied, like, again, I'm going to bring up Russell Brunson, Funnel Hacking Live, right? Like, it's an event with 5,000 people at it that happens once a year. Brandon Dawson does a business summit. Brandon Dawson and Grant Cardone do a business summit with 600 or 700 people at it. And they do it once a quarter, right? And it's a 3-day program. And so I've taken the best of those two worlds and I've put them together and I'm trying to give you guys what you actually need, because I looked at it and I said, what would I have needed when I first got into DOT? What would I have needed when I didn't know what a commercial vehicle was? What would I have needed when our company got audited and then I got handed DOT after the audit? And that's what we're designing. That's what we're building. We're not building something that's not actionable. You're going to walk away from this with so many actionable items, with so many things that you can implement. But here's the thing. By the end of it, you're going to know the top 5 things you're going to go back and implement. 5 things. If you try to do more than 5 things, you're going to struggle. And so we're going to help you determine the top 5 things, okay, that you're going to take away from this program and then you're going to go back and implement tomorrow when you get home. And we're going to help you figure out how to implement those. That's our key. That's why we're keeping the numbers so small. So I want to see you guys in San Diego. I hope that this helps you to understand why we built it and who should be there and who shouldn't be there. I hope that helps. And I want to see you guys there because I want to meet every single one of you guys that's watching this. And guys and gals, I'm not being discriminative here, okay? Like my whole team is women. So I hope that I see you guys in San Diego, and I hope that you take the time to invest in yourself, just like I wish that I would have when I had first started. All right, hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in San Diego. It's not that far away. All right, later.